Well, today let's talk about the civil society. Now, see, civil society. This is a concept, or this concept of the societas civilis is a concept has its origin to the Roman origin. The word civil society and is introduced by the Cicero. In the ancient European society, it was used as a word similar to the good society. And there was a philosopher in German whose name was Hegel. He gave the real meaning. He attached the real meaning to the word civil society, and according to him, a civil society's opposition to the state lays the moral foundation of the society. Civil society is an umbrella-like organization, basically, which lies between family, market, and state. Let me repeat that again. Civil society is an umbrella like an organization which lies between family, market, and state. All right. Individuals come together voluntarily in these organizations, and in this institution organization to bring the social change. This is one of the prime feature of the civil society. It includes this institution or the organization includes the political parties, media institutions, trade unions, um, NGOs, religious organization, etc. Now, the criteria for the inclusion of the civil society is that organization should not be controlled by the state. Second, organization should not be privately commercial, a purely commercial profit making entity. That is the two main criteria for the inclusion of the civil society in any particular society. Well, talking about the basis, what is the basis of the civil society? See, the basis of the civil society is secular. Number one, okay. See, not caste and kinship relation, religion, or the tribal movement, etc., is the foundation of the civil society. Rather, according to Neera Chand, it is an opposition in contrast to the civil society. Civil society is an institution of the culture against civil society is an institution which is a institution of a culture which is against a state, law, and capitalism. You must know that that the Karl Marx contended against the capitalism in the society very strongly. Moving ahead, according to Loki, the civil society was born to secure the rights which were already available in the state. Today's issue of the civil society is diverse, which you've seen, which includes, which poses a challenges before the state too. And it says those issues are tribal struggle for the land rights, right to information, land reforms, devolution of the urban governance, rehabilitation of those displaced by the dam and the developmental projects, campaign against the rape and the violence against the women, etc. Are this today's issue of the civil society? Moving ahead, if you see, so therefore the decentralization of the power is the basis of the formation of the civil society, which you see here. And Panchayati Raj institutions in India is one of the prominent example of this decentralization of the power. Civil society is considered both complementary as well as sometimes an alternative to the state also. According to D. Tocqueville, who studied the presence of democracy in the America and absence in France, on in terms of the civil society, and he found out that, or rather, according to him, he believed that civil society complements always the democracy. See, civil society and decentralization units of power are inclined to three things. One is trust, association, and democracy. Okay. Ahead, if we go, then there is a civil society in this. If you see, civil society and democracy is inseparably related to each other always, and civil society is an arena of contestations and debate. Civil society is a force for democratization, counterweights to the state and economic power, and so on. Now, if you see, what could be the reason for the rise of the civil society? The main reason for the rise of the civil society is the eroding faith of the people in the state and its organ due to the corruption in the public life, which led to the void, and that was filled by the civil society. Here the term CS, the abbreviation of the CS is a civil society. Okay, this is a short abbreviation that I took for the civil society, so that notes making may become easier for me. Civil society is now moving ahead. Civil society is often taken synonymous to the non-governmental sector. See, as I said earlier, also in the European society, civil society was taken almost synonymous to the word good society. Okay, here also civil society is often taken as synonymous to the non-governmental sector, which includes NGOs and other similar voluntary organizations. As of 2022, there are 3.2 million NGOs in India, double than the number of schools in India. So you can truly understand the influence and the responsibility which rests upon the civil society, which we are going to discuss later also. Begin now talking about this role of civil society in the emerging post era of globalization and liberalization is that civil society to take burden off the state by involving citizen and communities in the delivery of the collective good, and strengthening the abilities and opportunities of local communities to ensure the empowerment of the marginalized section of society. Now, see, talking about the characteristics feature of the civil society is that civil society is a realm of organized social life that is open voluntarily and self-generating, which are autonomous from the government. Civil society is concerned with the public ends rather than the private ends. Civil society is related to the state in some way but not in full control. Civil society encompasses the pluralism and diversity, which encompasses the vast array of organizations like formal and informal both, which includes economic, cultural, informational, educational, all of them. And talking about the limitations, though civil society is a medium of development, however, there are some limitations related to the civil society. Lacking on some, like lacking on some parameters which they spouses for the larger society. Many organizations promote democratic decentralizations but are controlled by the few individuals. So this was about the civil society in sociology, if you see. Thank you.